Well, I guess we're heading up there. Did I look around this area entirely, though? I don't think so. So, oh, look at this. All these guns. Okay, I thought maybe that would set it off. Those freaking cameras. They're watching me. It's just so much fun doing that. Okay, let's head up. Okay, not gonna go through there. Maybe I should have jumped up the other side. Let's see. This one's open, okay. And a shelter, nice. I forgot that I was getting rid of the benches. You guys reminded me in the comment section. There will be no benches. Weapon armor damage, okay. I think we're good. We kind of went through the everything last time, right? Holy crap. Bunch of new stuff. Conceptual material. Intrusive pattern. It's been actually a while since I've played this, so it's gonna take me a little bit of time to ramp back up. Strategic target hiss guards, right?
Resonance is the key. Vibration, frequencies, waveforms, fields we didn't know were there. It's physics. These fields in complex interaction, altering reality that comes to contact with them.
It's a nice sweater.
Hedron is communicating with me. It's trying to warn me of something imminent. I've been using every known method to analyze the data. Exposing myself to it. I'm seeing things and overcome by compulsion. It's not
Don't
just
expose
data,
yourself.
It's protection. It's benign. We are about to be exposed to a different kind of resonance. Hostile, viral, invasive resonance.
This is so creepy.
That's what the Hedron resonance amplifiers are for.
Oh, he did, and he did say that Hedron was talking to him, trying to communicate with him.
Taking the protection Hedron can provide us, and keeping us from being wiped out.
Okay, I think we saw part of that last time, but maybe not the full thing. Objects of power are holder 665. To the other / blessing, we hold the reign / law. We are failing in translating hyperreal concepts. Secrets / instructions will be lost. Ignore this message. Oh man. It's all so bizarre, isn't it? All right, who's in here?
Glad to see you're still you.
Oh yeah, Rish.
Medic, what's the damage?
They've each taken a few hits. We need to get them to a surgical station ASAP, but I don't think they're stable enough to move.
Oh yeah? Well, they're gonna have to be, because we are moving out and I am not leaving them behind. Now do what you need to do.
So he's over here now.
Hey, thanks for bringing down that... whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death.
The hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Blackrock Prism to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Blackrock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. Another day at the FBC. But Darling's lab is just past Blackrock processing. But I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a hiss monster has decided to move in, so that's great.
Perfect.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. But we are just treading water here, and the hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and, well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me. They don't know how I've failed people.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base in Executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
Now, you guys also mentioned that I could have asked Emily more questions. Maybe that time has passed, but I will go talk to her to see if I can ask those questions. I guess those ones that I thought that I had asked before, they were actually all brand new. Oh, right, I have to hold it down to open up the latest one, right? Marshall Trench's behavior. To El Salvador from H. Marshall, subject potential problem. Have you noticed the recent tension between Trench and Darling? They've both been acting odd lately. Trench concerns me the most. His sudden hostility towards Darling's project, is very unlike him. He was the one to approve all this Hedron research in the first place, but after Darling unveiled those HRAs, he was livid. I personally don't see any reason not to equip Bureau staff with an additional protective device, especially not if it's as strong as Darling says. What do you make of this? Have you seen anything from either of them that strikes you as odd? Let's talk in person soon before the next Bureau head meeting.
I'm not doing so hot.
You're fine. We'll push through this.
The hiss are the ones doing the pushing, Doc.
Like this haze here.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition into the quarry threshold just after 0500 Zulu. Can you please state your names and describe the purpose of your expedition?
Kevin Horowitz, Rupert Wells. Our mission was to map quarry grid coordinates G29. Secondary objective, as always, was to find a route from the threshold entrance and maintenance to the formation. Secondary objective was not a success.
What a surprise. And did you encounter any previously unrecorded event or entity while inside the threshold?
No, nothing. Do you think we should tell him about the mermaid?
Excuse me?
Yeah, the mermaid. Horowitz here found this mermaid in the quarry, just sitting on some blackrock. She was singing this beautiful song, and he was overcome with desire.
Probably worth reporting.
She was so alluring.
I'd say she was more enchanting than alluring.
Fine, enchanting.
Did you tell your CO about this?
No. Because it didn't happen. Nothing happened. As usual, the quarry is full of rocks. That's it. Can we go now?
Fuck you guys. Get out of here.
So they're okay. They're just messing with him. Before we continue, I'm gonna actually go back to see if I can talk to Emily. Because I'd like to get... Oh, I did have abilities to level up. Okay, cool. Even more launch damage. Seize 1, plus 5% to seize duration. Seizing an additional enemy would be pretty cool. I think I'll just... I think I will get some more to melee damage. Maybe it'll come in handy later. Let's start working our way to that seizing an additional person. But mainly, I think I want to focus on launch. Does a lot of damage. Collect rewards, I'll take that. Health boost. Executive incursion hiss guards. Kiss tell guards in the executive sector using spin. Using pierce, kill enemies in the maintenance sector with headshots. Kill hiss rangers in the research sector using abilities. Sure. Kill enemies using melee. Good time to level up melee. Okay. Let's go. Back to Central Executive. See if we can still ask Emily those questions that I missed irresponsibly.
Pope wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month.
She wants us to crack Darling's personal logs? He'll crucify us if he finds out. Who does she think she is, authorizing that kind of data breach?
She must think he's hiding something. And I agree. The HRAs alone are proof Darling knew more than he let on.
Where is Darling right now?
Physical alterations in his corrupted organisms vary so wildly. What's the connection?
Something else to read, too. Analysis of his threat, part 2, compiled by Emily Pope, by order of director Jesse Faden. Summary: researchers were sent to transcribe the recursive chant repeated by the hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with the non-aggressive floating hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the one repeated by the more violent hiss entities has been observed. What is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We were able to record a first-hand recitation of the chanting. See this corresponding audio recording. Refer to file redacted for full report. I think we heard a bunch of it, but let's hear it again.
Ranger Squad Charlie 7 returned from an expedition.
Oh, this is the recording that we just heard.
After 0500 Zulu. Can you please state your names and describe the purpose of your expedition?
Kevin Horowitz.
Rupert Wells.
Our mission was to map quarry grid coordinates G29. Secondary objective, as always, was to find a route from the threshold entrance and maintenance to the formation. Secondary objective was not a success.
What a surprise.
And did you encounter any previously unrecorded event or entity while inside the threshold?
No, nothing. Do you think we should tell him about them?
Yeah. Is there a recording? I guess not. Maybe we could find that later.
Hi, Jesse.
Okay, here we go. Darling's whereabouts.
I keep finding traces of Darling, but still can't find him. Where could he be? But he's usually in his office in research or one of his labs. Dr. Darling has quite a few all around the bureau.
In the office.
Could be hiding in any one of them. I check myself, but I don't have access to most of them.
Sounds like I touched a nerve.
He didn't let you into his labs?
She's usually pretty calm and collected.
Not all of them, no. Some had volatile material. It's ridiculous. I mean, this whole place is volatile material. Could have at least thought up a more convincing lie. I mean, how can I work without access to all the data possible? This place has a bad habit of moving around, huh? So you notice the building shifts. Did you know that 39% of Bureau accidents are caused by the shifts? It's true. I ran the numbers myself. So they're dangerous. Oh, very. At one time, a shark got shifted into a meeting room along with over 2,000 gallons of water.
Did it have lasers on its head, though?
Darling's pet research project. I forget what he was researching.
How do people work here?
I guess you just get used to it, eh?
You said you're an assistant?
Oh, it's just a title. I'm a scientist, a researcher. I work for Dr. Darling. See, when Bureau agents go out in the field, the sites of altered world events, we study the materials, the altered items they bring back. It's always something we've never seen before, and studying them requires new instruments, methodologies, sometimes entirely new fields of science.
Emily really loves her job.
See, there's no guidebook for what we do here. Everything that happens at the Bureau, including the science, is without precedent.
Yeah, I was going to say that when she does get emotional, she seems to be excited, not upset.
What exactly is the Ocean View Motel?
That's a bigger question than you might think. You see, I have extreme doubts that the motel is a single place. I mean, look at all the doors inside it. Where do they all go? We know that one door leads to the oldest house, but how come we can only ever open that one door? Maybe to open a door, you have to have entered through it. So if every door leads to a different dimension, plane, reality, whatever you want to call it, then I believe that the motel is firm proof that parallel universes exist.
Does Darling agree with that?
I haven't told him yet. I'm waiting until I can prove it.
It's just so, like, the ideas are so wild that you just, first thought is, how could you ever prove something like that?
What can you tell me about control points?
They're nexus points of the oldest house's unique energies. Now, I wrote a 30-page proposal hypothesizing that we could siphon energy directly from them. Darling didn't even get through the first page before he turned it down.
Right. And, has anyone ever used them to teleport around?
What? No. What, I mean, you mean physically? No, not that I've ever heard of. Why?
Because that's how they work for me.
What? Really? Oh my god. More tests.
Let's hold off on the tests until later, okay?
Okay. It's just, wow. This blows my control point theories right out of the water. I love it.
She likes being wrong. Like
See
any
you
good
soon.
scientist.
Be careful out there.
Doesn't have an ego. Although she seems to have a feud with Darling, eh?
See you soon.
Do I have a mission? I don't have a timed mission. Okay. So let's carry on. Get back to the main story. Where the hell was I? Oh, and it looks like the redacted part has cleared because it was on the right. Right? So that's good. I thought maybe they would just never show us the map of those redacted areas. You'd have to just remember them. Not that the map has been super helpful for me anyways, because I'm just really bad at reading it.
Really glad to see you're still you.
We already talked. Ah, this is the other side of that area. I couldn't get through. Interesting. Oh! Locked. There's so much to see in this game. Oh no. I found one of your friends. There you go. Sorry about that. I do have a pretty sick sense of humor. Ah, that's through that door. Okay. Maybe I can get around another way.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster.
Holy crap, there's a lot of dead bodies here. Swan Boat. Acquisition date 6/24/1983. Containment location Panopticon Floor 5, Unit 10. Containment procedure. No unique procedures identified. Description / altered effect. Item is made of fiberglass, painted to resemble a swan. Foot pedals allow the item to propel forward. Let me restart. Foot pedals allow the item to propel forward in water. The item emits a pulse of physical force at an estimated force of redacted. Possible connection to object to power 5. Is that the duck? No. Measuring the exact force created by the item has been hindered by concerns from the Human Resources Department. Background. The item was seized from an activity rental service called Redacted, located on Lake Redacted on Vancouver Island, Canada. Woohoo, Canada. After it ejected numerous riders over the course of a summer, bringing the boat to the attention of the media. The item was transported to the Bureau by helicopter. A containment specialist accompanied it, sent to recite formulas C9 through 32 recursively. What? What occurred to the helicopter is not known, but all agents were lost in the crash. The item was recovered and then transported by train. Arrived at the Bureau without further incident. So it crashed the helicopter. Maybe that'll be a hint on how to get a hold of it, like the duck. So to get into here, we need clearance level 5. That's where that...
You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
That's where that chest was. This looks like a big area that we could possibly be fighting in. Just saying. What's the monster?
Shit! They're shattered. Not a single prism left.
Oh, they're supposed to be in there. Oh, shit! Oh, it's invisible. I can see it though. Oh, holy shit. Oh, man. I think I picked up something that had an explosive container on it. Like, the forklift has a fuel container on it, eh? And it exploded pretty damn close to me. You could kind of see it because it had some of that, like, oily cloud, for lack of a better term, around it. So that's a new enemy that we're gonna have to deal with.
There are areas in the oldest house where, under the right conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where blackrock comes from.
You heard that too, right?
Dimensional matter.
Blackrock comes from a threshold, quarry. So the prisms must be there too.
Contained. Think of it as
Look at the reflection. That's so cool.
natural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the blackrock line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need the code for the quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. Blackrock 665. Neighbor of the beast.
Oh.
Get it? We can do that again.
I just read something that had 665 in it, right? Field. Oh, here's the enemies that we just fought against. Composite Emily Pope, research specialist by order of director Jesse Faden. Hiss distorted agent. They're able to render themselves invisible and emit a powerful concussive blast when in close range of their target. Curiously, the Hiss distorted is apparently not able to utilize both abilities at once. It must make itself visible when it goes on the offensive. Hiss Distorted is unique in the fact that it wields a supernatural ability previously unknown to the Bureau, perhaps tapping into a yet undiscovered object of power. How does this invisibility work? Does it Distorted become resonance temporarily? Does it use Hiss resonance to refract light? The physical deformation of this particular Hiss entity is noteworthy in its thoroughness. Clearly the human hosts would have died from such extreme alteration, which prompts the question, are the corrupted simply animated corpses? Refer to file corrupted for full report. Let me just listen to this again. Because there's some extra stuff sometimes.
In the oldest house, where under the right conditions, when the frequencies match, other dimensions leak in. We call these areas thresholds. The quarry is one of the more stable thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where blackrock comes from. Extra-dimensional matter. It has the unique property of blocking out a lot of frequencies. A good thing. It keeps things stable, contained. Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the blackrock line fire breaks are about. The panopticon container cells.
That freaked me out when I first heard it. I was like, is there someone coming behind me?
The codes. Blackrock 665. Neighbor of the beast. Get it?
Like the fake laugh.
We can do that again if you...
Okay, oh man. There's just so much going on. Where did I see 665? You know what? It's not important. You guys can remind me.
Darling's key. This should get us into the quarry.
Hello? Oh, hello. So blackrock is kind of like lead in the sense that it stops these I don't know I'm so bad at remembering the terminology that they're using, but it stops kind of like lead stops X-rays, it stops something from passing through it. Blackrock has allowed the Bureau to make great strides in containment procedures since it was first discovered. This report will examine how its very structure is comprised of redacted density that nullifies all resonance, I guess would be, yeah, with a range of redacted to redacted hertz. Bureau innovations that incorporate blackrock will be analyzed. Most notably, the fire breaks. Feats of engineering designed to contain any future outbreaks, attacks, or other internal threats. Now, is blackrock what we're seeing in the astral plane, and is the pyramid made of blackrock too? Because it kind of looks like it. The goal of this report is to encourage Bureau staff to explore further innovations using blackrock, as work in that field has markedly slowed in recent years. Refer to file 593-1733 for full report. I can go back and get that thing now. God, I love the style of this game. And there's also this. Something up there too. One thing at a time. Energy boost and shatter projectile boost. That looked like it was really good. But I have a level 4 one. Damage against enemy armor. We've got projectile speed. Let's stick with the high level one. I think I'll equip this one. Headshot damage. Let's stick with headshot damage. Ooh. Plus 13% energy. Let's just get... So this is minus 50% launch energy cost. This is just overall plus 13%. So stick with that one. We have a shortcut. Hello? I wonder if that's where... I wonder if that's... if what I saw, if that's where it goes. That passageway that we saw. You can use this. Oh, come on. Perfect. Let's activate this. Or I guess it is already activated, right? We'll track it just as a reminder. I would like to go there to complete some of those other missions. Guru Surfboard. Acquisition date 07/03/1994. Panopticon, floor 3, unit 5. Again. Supplementary materials. Interview with custodian redacted after theft of AI43, or is it A143? I'm not sure. A, after touching the item, what did you experience? Redacted. I experienced confidence, cranked all the way up. I wanted to become somebody, an artist, a stock trader. A, how did these feelings manifest externally? Redacted. Don't know, man. If I'd gotten out there to the city, I'd have done so many things. Made my fortune. Gone out and known the world. That shit was mine. I would have taken it all. Money, fame, women. Oh, now it's agent. You also experienced an increased sex drive? Redacted. Yeah, increased everything. I've been cleaning shit for you people long enough. I'm going out on a fucking conquest. A cleaner. Hey, would you say you're still under the effects of the object? Redacted. Who the fuck are you to keep me in here? I'm worth 4 of you. You suit-wearing piece of shit. 20. A, the Bureau appreciates your candor. You are no longer required. Redacted. I'm redacted. Fucking redacted. Remember that name. And a relevant portion. I wonder who it was probably Donald Trump. Aha. So this would have been a way to get it without the key card. Interesting. I have to look out, keep my eyes open for more of those, right? There's also this room up there. I think there's a stairwell over here that's gonna head to that though.